Okay, hello everybody and welcome to our Elevation Academy. So exciting to area. We are talking all about the subject of activity today. So maybe cast your mind back a little bit when you first started the business. Look, this may not be your story at all. Maybe it wasn't like this, but I know for me, I was ignorance on absolute fire. I signed up. I literally then and there rang almost every person I know, got them to host a workshop for me, hosted about 3 workshops myself at my own home, and made my way to district manager. And sometimes people think, oh, being an aerobics instructor, it's always, it's all right for you. But the reality is I'm not allowed to mention my business or the word Arbonne or anything at any of the gyms. And I can see Tula nodding her head. We can't do that. So I'm lucky, and even this is a bit naughty, I can say join my Facebook page if you're interested in health. That's about all I can say. I can't give out cards. I can give out samples if it's in the car park after, but I don't know if you've ever been to aerobic class or in a group fitness, but people tend to off into their day. They don't tend to hang around. So, we all get to a point in our business where we feel like we're at a standstill and we've exhausted our warm market. It's going to happen eventually. And I guess our journeys with Arbonne, I happened to get to district manager quite quickly because I was just in that frame of mind. My youngest son was going back to school or starting school the next year. I was a group fitness instructor. Somewhere on mat leave, I had quit my corporate career with the government, quite a lucrative and cruisy career, but I just decided that it wasn't for me anymore. Now, so I knew that I wanted to make my Arbonne business work. I love having a goal. I love being proactive. And yeah, so for me, I kind of went through that warm market. And it doesn't matter where you are. It's not any easier when you're up at regional vice president. I'm sure it's no easier. I'm sure it's even harder when you're at nation, because you really do feel like you've gone through all those people, and maybe that's how you're feeling at the moment. There's always people on your scared list, and that's absolutely fine. But sometimes it's just great to hear some other ideas about how we can generate activity. And if you've, as I said, got a nugget there, that I don't mention today, please at the end let us know, because we're one nation and we've got such a great ethos. We share and share and share in our nation, so we're extremely lucky. So I guess the number one and the biggest thing that I could say is look at every single thing in your life and look for where there could be some opportunity. So your very first bit of homework is going to come straight away. I want you to spend 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes either tonight, straight after this call, or tomorrow, and list all the places that you typically go in a week. So think about your Monday, maybe it's school drop-off or maybe it's work. Maybe you go for coffee. If you're in the city, you might go to a favorite coffee shop. Maybe you go out for lunch, maybe you go and do a group fitness class, maybe you volunteer somewhere. Think about everything that you do in your day and think about that over the course of the week. And then I want you to sit and work out where some potential opportunities lie in that. Because we've got to, and this is probably my favorite thing in Arbonne training, and I'll say it in almost every training that I do, is with Arbonne, if you want to succeed or you want to elevate or you want to do better than you're doing now, you need to go out in every time you get into your car, every time you sit on your phone, you need to have the word intent tattooed across your forehead. And what I mean by that is, for some people and some opportunities, they do happen organically, and we're all a bit when we hear the word organically in Arbonne. Yes, that happens a tiny bit at the beginning because we've just got that enthusiasm. But after a while, we really do need to go out with intent. So every time I jump in the car, I think, wow, where am I going? What can I do? How can I maybe conjure up some activity? It doesn't happen, maybe half the time sometimes, maybe only, 3 times out of 10 does it work out. But I definitely leave my house or get on my phone for some screen time and think, I want something out of Arbonne to happen here. It might not end in success, but something, I need to message someone, I need to do something every day. And again, life gets in the way. It doesn't always happen like that. I just went to the beach today, so I didn't really happen to speak to any strangers. But I'm always looking to, and if I get to the end of the day and something Arbonne-ish hasn't happened, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in myself. Yeah. And maybe you are too, a bit hard on myself. I always, I'm a high achiever. I always have been, and sometimes it's quite annoying to be like that as well. But I also always feel just a little bit disappointed. And when you start to elevate, that becomes really, really important. So look for some opportunities. So your first bit of homework, as I said, is to sit down and think about all the activities you do every week and how you can find some potential opportunity in there. Even if it doesn't pay off, you spent some time thinking about, is there an opportunity? How could I potentially change someone's life, give them a better option to the Coke that's sitting on their desk, whatever that might be. The second thing is the 100 people list, guys. If you haven't done it, it's crucial that you get something like that happening. Now, I love an Excel sheet because it can just grow and grow and grow. But the one thing I would say about the beginning of my journey is I hit the ground running. I had no organisation. I didn't have a 100-person list. I was just booking things randomly. And I feel like now there is so much potential that I lost in those couple of months. So it's never too late to start. Make sure you document, because something like the age well set replacing the RE9, I sold RE9s back when I started. I have no idea who to now. I need to get onto that CRM office, Ali. You sent a message today and I was like, yes, I need to do that. Also, what did I just want to make sure I don't miss anything? Also, we have had some homework already. Little mental check week, really. We're in week 3 of the Elevation Academy, 4, somewhere there. Have you done it all? I know there was the 2 books to read. Where did I write this bit? Sorry, I was making notes all over the place during the week. 13 things mentally strong people don't do, and ego is the enemy. It's okay if you haven't read both, but have you started reading one of them? Okay? Have you started reading one of them? Andrew said 3 things that you were going to do every day to improve your life, your biz, or you. Have you done them? Have you got them written out somewhere? We've already had great training delivered, but it's useless if we're not taking action. Have you started making your way through the watching virtual AACs? I know we've just had school holidays. If you're a mum, gets harder. But, in that car, you're listening to something, sitting down watching the kids at the park, maybe in your lunch break if you're at work. Again, there's so many nuggets in there. And like I just said at the end of that training, sometimes it just takes one person to say something a tiny bit differently, and it totally changes your perspective and helps you to elevate. Absolutely stand by that. Gemma talked about last week, 3 asks every day, and having your organisational chart mapped out. Again, have you done it, guys? All these activities are there to help you elevate through this academy. She also put out the prospecting SoundCloud. I haven't finished listening to it either because I was wanting to finish, what have I just finished? The Super Attractor. I've just finished listening to that, but I'm about an hour into that prospecting SoundCloud, and it's fabulous. It really is good. So again, if you haven't done that, go back, at least get it open on your SoundCloud and save it. So if you've got a spare minute. And then I think Natasha put up that Jordana 11 manifestation little post in this group. And again, I've listened to it once. I thought it was great. So it's just a little tap, tap, tap reminder. If we're not taking action, we're probably not going to grow our business. This business is all about action. So I just wanted to start with a tap reminder. It's okay. I know school holidays for the mums of us is harder. So it's just a reminder. All right, so let's quickly get on to these different activities. Constantly have your ears open. Okay, you might not be brave enough straight away. If someone mentions, oh my gosh, I've got to lose some weight, or I've got to get off these Coca-Colas that I'm having at 9 a.m. every morning. I know when I worked in corporate, I was astounded by the number of Coke cans open on the desk around 8 a.m. in the morning. You might not be brave enough to go in there and, have that conversation then and there. But keep your ears open for opportunities. And again, even if you chuck that on your 100-person list or your growing working canvas, so important, because we forget stuff because we're human. You might hear mums whinging that their kids don't eat enough greens. We've got a solution for that. We might hear people talking about hangovers. We've got a solution for that. We might hear people, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a nutritionist and group fitness instructor. I hear a lot of people talking about toilet issues, bloating, not going enough, or going too much. We've got solutions for that. Sleeping issues, we've got a solution for it. Anxiety, we've got our inner calm. Skin issues, we've got our elixir, we've got our inner calm. We've got skincare. Let people talk and listen. And you know what? I find that really hard because I'm a massive talker. So I can sympathize if you're maybe like that as well. But we just hear so much, and it doesn't mean we're going to pounce straight then and there. Personal development always helps with that. Get those people on your list. Get them a sample or something. Have a look if you do go to a gym or a sports group. Maybe you're a netballer, maybe you're a basketballer, maybe you're just a walk the dog in the park kind of person. What are people drinking? Like, be brave, strike up a conversation. I'm like, oh, are you taking pre-workout? What's your pre-workout? I don't really actually know much about pre-workouts because I can honestly say I've been more of a hydration person in my life. But, I'll speak to them and go, oh, let me bring you one. Ours are totally, chemical free, or, they don't, whatever. So nice and clean. Always look for that. Maybe I'll offer them a fizz. Maybe I'll offer them a hydration. Post inventive things, and I do apologize because this is in no real order. I've just been making notes all week. Post inventive things on your Facebook page. Like when I do a recipe, maybe it's a slice, you might hate cooking, so sorry about this. I always experiment and chuck a scoop or two of protein powder in it if it's a sweet one. And then all of a sudden, look at me and my Arbonne recipes. No, I just stole the recipe from somewhere else and chucked in a couple of scoops of protein and it worked out. So now I'm posting it, and I am basically saying to my clients, oh, look at how many amazing recipes. You can't make this recipe if you don't buy our protein powder. Like, it's a subtle subliminal message. You need the protein powder to make this particular recipe, because some people aren't savvy cooks and they're just going to follow the ingredients. I'm not one of those people. So yeah, I'll chuck it in anything. Talk consistently on your social media about the healthy stuff that you are eating. I find, and it's not just because I'm a nutritionist, I'm sure, but people are so intrigued as to what other people are eating. Like, most of us follow it's weird, right? But it's so true. I have so many people on my pages say, oh, would you be able to post a whole day of what you're eating? I hardly do, I have to say. But, keep putting stuff on there that you're eating. Obviously, the healthy stuff, we're not always perfect. I don't very often put my glass of wine on there. But that's an opportunity. I think we forget sometimes that people are watching and they're interested. If they weren't interested, they wouldn't be watching your page or watching in real life. If you've got potential clients, maybe you are in a mother's group or something. I'm not, but you might be. Do take your Arbonne water bottle with a fizz stick in. Like, it's advertising everywhere you go, and someone might just strike up that conversation and go, oh, what's in your water bottle? What are you drinking? Or, whatever. Yeah, make sure you look at the things like I've got here, the protein mousses. In the summer, I make hydration icy cold sticks for my kids. I always post about that. I do have a lot of people coming up and asking me, oh, how do you make those hydration icy poles or whatever? Okay, if you're partnered, or I don't know, you're in a share house environment, or you've got a best friend that can do some of your dirty work for you. She doesn't maybe want to be an Arbonne consultant, but she's happy to help you. Make sure you look at your husband or partner or housemate's work. How can you get some samples in there? Like, it is a bit hard. I know my husband's very corporate and he, again, like me, can't really promote other products, but he has got a thing of the Arbonne protein powder, bang, next to his computer on his desk. He has a box of fizz sticks. He might not always have them. I'm sure he eats shit when, oh, probably shouldn't say that on here when I'm recording it, when I'm not there, but by subtle or subliminal message, he is advertising for me, and he has sold things for me, especially the protein powder. People have asked what he's drinking. May also, when you're thinking about your own activities, your first bit of homework that you're doing, do you have a sister, or as I said, a husband or a boyfriend or a partner or a girlfriend, whatever, that is to a sports club? Where are your little pocket of friends or the people close to you? What are they doing? If they don't want to be an Arbonne consultant, I'm sure they would be happy to help you. Like, maybe they have a raffle at work every so often and you can donate something. Maybe they're happy to have a little box of fizz, keep their box of fizz sticks on their desk and promote your I don't know, your Facebook page or your group and get more people on there. Think about activities maybe that your kids do, or your friends' kids do, or your nieces and nephews if you don't have children yourself, or just your buddies. How can you promote them? I had a niece that had a netball team. So I gave a free box of fizz sticks to the coach and said, give them out. So it's just, sometimes I know it's hard when you're still a district manager and the money's not there, but I did the same. I tried to invest as and when I could in my business because it does come back. Think about raffles that you can put your hand up and go, yeah, I'll donate something. They don't have to be massive raffles. You could do a little fit kit with just tasters in there. So think about that, especially coming up to Christmas. There may be some way that you can get, some goodies into hampers. I know one of my team has contacted some real estate agents and asked if she could put some stuff in their Christmas hampers because they often send them out to important clients or whatever. Maybe your hairdresser. Okay, so I have a hairdresser. I've said to her, like, hey, if you've got, obviously I can't afford to give every single one of her clients a fizz stick, but hey, if you have a client that maybe says yes to the add-on hair treatment you were trying to get me to have today, could you give them this? And it's a little bag with a couple of fizz sticks in my business card. But I always put on there a little note saying, if you join my Facebook page, you will get some further free samples in the mail, because you don't want to leave that loose end that they just take the fizz sticks and you never hear from them again. So I always do a little enticement, and that I would say is really, really important when you're giving out samples. Always make sure you tie off loose ends, and I have not always been great at this. I don't know how many samples I've given out that have not come back to me, because sometimes I am not good at tying up loose ends. I'm like, go, and forget to tie it up. So I've learned very quickly, you give out samples, they are a cost to our business. We want to make the most of them. So give them one and say, hey, if you join my Facebook page and PM me your address, I'm going to send you another 3 samples in the mail, or something like that. You don't just want to, because sometimes for me, you don't always see that person again and then they're kind of lost. Bake sales. Again, look, I don't know, I haven't been part of a bake sale for a while, but you might live in a community where there's bake sales or have bake sales for your kids or whatever, probably not so much during COVID times, but, can you again get the protein powder in there, or can you donate a prize or whatever? Speaking of that, we also know it's coming up to Christmas. There's Christmas markets and other things, but you have to act now. In fact, might be too late, but it doesn't mean that there's other summer markets. I know I tried to get into the vegan expo a month ago, and that was already well and truly taken by Arbonne consultants. So it just goes to show you don't act quick and you kind of tend to miss out. Birthday presents. Even if you think that the person is not going to like Arbonne, or they've said no, or they're not interested, too bad. Like, you can still buy them a different birthday present, a book or whatever, a shirt or whatever they wanted, but sneak a couple of fizz sticks in there in the wrapping, a bit like a pass the parcel. Like, just don't take no for an answer. We know that some people, like I have some friends, they don't even give a hoot about being healthy. Like, they're definitely not, we're not friends because of that reason. But I'm forever, like, if we go out for a drinks night, forever taking hydration and fizz sticks and going, oh, here, take this for the morning, you'll thank me later. And that, I don't know, maybe they've got a collection in their purses, but I always think you never know what's going to happen with that. One thing that has been working really well for me is keeping an eye on birthdays on Facebook. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of people on Facebook. I don't have anything to do with them in my normal life. And sometimes, as much as we hear things like, oh, you've got to reach out to every single person you know and ask them to join your team, if you haven't spoken to them for a while, we know that we want to build some sort of relationship. Now, some of these people are people I went to high school or primary school with. I have not spoken to them for years. And sometimes I sit there and think, how can I have a conversation with them? Because I don't know anything about them anymore. But what I do know is they have a birthday. So every day I check my phone, or most days, as to who's having a birthday, and I write on there, happy birthday, so-and-so. Don't know if it interests you at all, but I have a health and wellness business, and to say happy birthday, if you PM me address, I'll send you a couple of samples in the mail. Now, I have had yeses, I think, to almost all of them. Again, you've got to be consistent with documenting that. Obviously, then you could get them. So for me, I've got a Brick Hewitt Facebook, which is where all these random people are on. And then I say to them, okay, join my Brick Group Fit page. And, you know, let me know when you get the samples. And then I start bugging them to make sure they've actually tried them. And then I ask them a question or two, like, what was your favorite? Sometimes they might then say, oh, I really love the fizz sticks. How much are they? I let them know, oh, I can't really afford that. Okay, then host me a party and I'll give you a box for free. I am finding that that birthday Facebook page is freaking a great, or it's my favorite reach out method at the moment, because I've definitely gone through my warm market. And as I said, it can be very awkward to reach out to some of those onion layer people who you just, and that is just a great positive way. Sometimes I don't get anything back, but on the whole, I find out it's quite successful, at least to get some samples out there. So, and I've only just started that a few months ago, but I am finding it is really good. So there you go. There's probably my biggest gem today is that one. Okay, let's just break this down a little bit. So skincare, make sure, guys, that you're getting some samples to your preferred clients. Whether or not you buy the little sample tubes on, I think they're all back in stock now, get them to try some of the Age Well. Just a little thank you so much for supporting my business. I really appreciate it. This is our brand new Age Well line. This is just one of the, you know, maybe it's the serum. It's going absolute gangbusters. This is the, you know, Bacucciol, our new product. So get it out there. Get your gold bags or white bags out consistently, guys. I bought 2 sets of the Age Well and one for myself. I have not had the 2 sets back in my house for more than a night each since they arrived, and I bought them straight away when we had AAC. So I have had them out. I actually sold 7 sets in one day last month, and that was really just because the, you know, the Skin Elixir was coming off the free gift list, so it helped me to tie up all those loose ends. But get them out. They do. They say that they have like a 50% success rate. I reckon I've had more like an 80% success rate. I think I've only had 2 people. They've not said no to buying it. They've just said, not at the moment. I've got other stuff I'm using up or whatever. I've had people buy it and I've said, oh, so have you used it yet? Oh, no, I'm using up my stuff, but they still bought it. They absolutely love it. So do get those gold bags out there and other gold bags. We know that we can do fitness ones. We know that we can do acne ones. We know that we can do bath, scrub and salt ones, you know, with the little candle that you can lend out to people. So always think about great stuff you can put in the gold bags. When I lend them out, I personally do chuck in a Skin Elixir and a detox tea and let them know how to use that. It doesn't matter now that we can't get the Skin Elixir on the free gift list. It's just like this will complement the range so beautifully, and give them a little bit of background about that. So I never lend out one of those without, I usually actually chuck a fizz stick in as well, because let's face it, they're our best sellers. Do lives consistently on the skincare range. And as I said in training before, if you're nervous about doing lives, get your people in the upgrade your life page. And if there's stuff that's missing off the upgrade your life page, if you feel that there needs to be a live on this, that, or the other, then reach out to your upline so that we can organise that. Maybe you're the sort of person that can offer free facials, pamper sessions. I know sometimes they have, you know, for people at hospitals and stuff where you can go in and do beauty kind of treatments. Like, keep your ears out, investigate how you can get into that and put your hand up. You could also run a facial night on Facebook or Zoom. So most of you, if you don't have your own Zoom account, you can definitely, well, I would, if you're in my team, you can borrow mine, but most of your uplines will have one and be happy to let you use it. You could get the little samples of the age well out, tell people 15 minutes, Friday, the 28th of November, pour yourself a glass of wine. We're going to sit there for 15 minutes. We're going to, maybe you could do a little 5-minute meditation or affirmation session, depending on your target audience. I mean, some people would go to that, but you'll find something, maybe it's just a glass of wine, and send out, I don't know, facial masks, and send people out all different ones and see, give them the testers out and see, it's just a cute little fun 15-minute virtual workshop. You just basically do a mask with a glass of wine and sit around and chat, or a detox tea or whatever. So that's kind of cute as well. Ears out, eyes out, because acne is a big one. If you've ever known anyone with acne, they are always looking for a solution. I know Sarah Dudley, her big 10-minute Arbonne story is all about how the skincare line, changed her skin, and how she was so sort of, paranoid about her skin prior. So that is a big one. And if you've got friends that have teenage kids, get in there. Psoriasis and eczema also are another one. Keep eyes out for anyone that's got eczema and psoriasis. We know that our products are absolutely incredible. We don't claim to cure anything, but we definitely know that they alleviate symptoms and show good observational positive effects on people's skin. Because I imagine, I don't have anything like that. I've had pimples, but never, like, imagine that. Imagine if, that was you, maybe it is you, maybe that's why you joined Arbonne, but wow, like, to have some clean products that could help you is just amazing. With the makeup, I think coming into summer, guys, don't forget, just my story is I use the CC cream. We have Surf Club all summer. I use the Prep Work Veil on my kids. It's a very subtle tint. It's SPF 30. You've got to tell people it exists. It's an amazing face zinc with no nasties in it. So many sunscreens have really toxic stuff in them. I use the CC cream on my face, and then we've obviously got our ABC range. And again, talk about hydration again while you're there, the hydration sticks. If you're like me, we're down at the beach from 8 on a Sunday all the way through to about 12 or 1 with Surf Club season. I would want to know about that if I wasn't an Arbonne person, 100%. People in swimming clubs or real outdoorsy, or maybe there's kids in triathlons these days, like, let people know about those 3 products: the CC cream for the mums, the Veil Focus for the kids, and the hydration sticks. If you haven't done a makeup event, I have not heard anyone yet, I don't know if you guys have, that haven't said it's a success. Whether you hire a makeup artist or you just do it yourself and run people through the makeup, sometimes when I've done lots of events at my house, but that was a really successful one for me. I ran 2 and I sold around 2,000 QV at one and about 1,200 at the other. So they were very, very successful, and that was 6 to 7 people at both of those. What else? We're coming to a close. Guest star makeup. Oh, yeah, you could, and also on your socials, don't be afraid to invite other team members. I think that's a great time. I know on my socials, I'm sure people get sick of me talking. So, don't be shy to invite someone else onto your page to talk, whether they're showing how they do. I know Tara did an amazing little lip one on Upgrade Your Life with the lip duos and everything. I learned something, it was amazing. Don't be afraid to have guest speakers from your team talking on whatever they're really good at, because I ain't normally a makeup person. So great for someone to come on as a little guest speaker. You can do little interviews and stuff, and again, people are watching. Get friends to post socials to your, and get your friends, don't be afraid that if someone's bought something from you, ask them to tag you on Insta, or send a little video or snapshot that you can put on your Facebook or socials, because sometimes it looks good when it's coming from other people. I know that I asked for everyone that tried the Age Well set, I wanted a written piece of feedback to go on my Facebook or Insta page, and I got some amazing little comments about it or paragraphs about it, which I posted. I'm sure that helped with my sales with the Age Well. And certainly when I was asking other people to try it, they were also like, oh God, yeah, I'll be next. So don't be afraid if you lend stuff to people or whatever, or sell them stuff to get them to write little reviews for you. That's really helpful on your pages. We've got the Christmas stuff. I already spoke about it in the Nation training, but because it wasn't recorded and this is, make sure that you already have a Christmas event calendared in, whether you're doing it as a region, whether you're doing it with a little group of you, or whether you're going to host something at your house. Don't let any opportunities in Arbonne pass you up. If you're wanting to elevate, you've got to do it. Like I have to say, when I did the makeup one, I hadn't hosted one in my house in a little while, and I was so anxious and nervous that no one was going to come. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. You know, I just had all that negativity, like no one's going to turn up. Oh my God. And I had such a fun time and such a successful night. So same with the Christmas one. I don't know. You don't have to invest a lot of time hosting one at your house. I think quite often it's better if it's short and sweet, 45 minutes to an hour, done and dusted. Set up your range, let people have a little poke, just put some goodies out, and you know, you just don't know, you might find your next team member in that little opportunity, that little social gathering. Do lives on the Christmas range or do competitions. So I only just thought about this on the way home from the beach today. I was thinking, oh, I could do like a little pass the parcel on my Facebook. Like people have to tag a friend and I will, you know, like you stop the music or something, and whenever I push stop, maybe someone could win one of the hand creams or something out of the Christmas range, but only they've got to tag and add and tag a new person to my page. So I thought that's fun. Maybe we can share some other fun ideas. I just thought getting, you know, into that Christmas festive fun spirit is going to be, yeah, great. And we can just give away little bits and pieces of the Christmas range, or, you know, you could do a grand prize or whatever you want to do. I think that's almost it. I'm just going to, there's can be stalls at Lorna Jane I've seen before. I've seen stalls at my health food shop. I have joined various groups on Facebook, from healthy eating to meet people to, now I know a lot of those groups have rules and regulations as to when you can reach out with your own product or promote your own business. But you just don't know. Like sometimes you can just comment something subtly that someone's going to contact you. Have a look through socials and join groups that are, you know, maybe there's an events group for your local area, you know, Town of Vic Park or wherever you are. Keep your fingers in the pies. You may be part of that group for 2-3 months and nothing happens, and all of a sudden something pops up and they want someone to do a stall. Which is how I saw the vegan one, and then I was like, damn it, it's all booked out. But anyway, you know, just eyes open. If you haven't bought and tried everything, which that's fine. I don't even think I've tried everything, because I have not ever tried the full control, because I actually need to eat more, not less. I've definitely done some screenshots, but you know, try every time you do an order or get a build, try and buy something that you haven't tried before and promote it to your customers. I know a lot of my customers, I actually did buy the full control the other day, just so I can do some socials with it, because I personally wouldn't drink it. As I said, I don't want to be full. I want to eat more. I'm a skinny mini that exercises a lot. But, you know, it is important there's someone out there that will, you know, lots of my clients will love that. And I want them to show them that I believe in the product. So, you know, as I said, I might use that as a gift or something down the track, but I bought it because I thought, oh, I've actually never bought that. I've never tasted it. I'll probably borrow some of Miss Sarah Dudley's to taste it, because I believe it's an amazing watermelon flavour, just so I know. But yeah, just have a list of things that you haven't tried. You don't know who in your market. Not everyone's going to love fizz sticks. A gasp, I know. But there's always someone out there that's looking for something different to, you know, just the usual really bang on trend stuff that we all buy. So as I said, don't expect you to go out and buy the whole 500 SKUs that we have out there. But do be brave now and then, even if you're going to raffle it off, or you can sell it without opening it. But just think outside your normal area of thought. And community pages, I think I have covered really everything. So just to wrap up, I'm just going to quickly open it up for a real quick question. I know I've taken up a lot of the time, but I really just was brainstorming all week. One, your first bit of homework is activity, okay? All right, someone unmute, tell me what the first bit of homework is.
Document where our opportunities are with intent.
Yes, excellent. So that is your first bit of homework. You've only got 3. The second one, or actually the second and third one, are action off 2 of the ideas I've given you today. And I want you to post what they are in the page. So you might organise a Christmas raffle on your page, or a Christmas event, or a Christmas competition, or you might, get your husband to finally take in a bag of the protein and set up a little subtle subliminal display on his desk for you. Or you might definitely jump on the birthday Facebook thing. Whatever it is, by the end of, by the end of Wednesday, let's make sure that we've actioned 2 of those ideas, and I want ideas that you've never actioned before. Okay, so we're going to document the opportunities that we've thought of. You don't have to post those on the page, but I want you to choose 2 of the activities that we've spoken about today, action them by Wednesday, and document them by Wednesday in the page. The third is to reach out to someone to join the business. It's not my forte, but why would I not give you that? So one person, I want you don't put their last name in, but I want you to document in the page who you've asked to join the business and a little bit about them, just nothing that can give them away, but who you've asked to join the business and a little bit about them. So you can call them Miss R, Mr. K, whoever it is. I met them, blah, 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 or maybe I just went through my chicken list, or maybe I went back to my 100-person list that I did, or maybe and I want you to let us know that you've asked them. So 3 bits of homework, as we all know, we have to ask some people to join our business during the Elevation Academy, and the reason I'm saying to do it now is we have got just 12 days or 13 days left of our free consultant sign up. So that's it. We've gone a little bit over. Do you guys have any nuggets, amazing activities that you've done recently that we can just add here as a resource? No?
I have something. So I was struggling with my 100-person list, and so I had some product that was actually a double up of an order. And Arbonne, when I asked to return it, they said, because I was honest and there was a bit of a muck around, they're like, no, just keep it, pay it forward. So I had this RE9 set and I did a free raffle with it. And I just said to people that the only catch was they had to put their name and their phone number down. So now I've got like a full list of people that I'm going to follow up with. Yeah, so a little free raffle, like just have something. They were real suspicious. It's so funny, like just a social experiment really. But they're like, what? A free raffle? What is this craziness?
Yeah. But great that you've tied up some loose ends with it. You always want to be smart and think, what can I get out of this? So but competitions that are great, like freaking I'm all in for winning free stuff. So I do always love to do something where I get more people to join my VIP page. So tag them and you can go into the draw. Anyone else got anything that they've seen or done or heard or had their memories jogged?
One thing that I do when I have my online parties, once my host has got their host rewards, I often ask them to post something in that online party when they've received everything. So for example, saying, thank you so much, just received my order. Can you believe this only cost me $70 and there's $290 worth of product? It was such an easy thing to do. If any of you guys want to do it, get in touch with Stacey.
Yeah.
So I often get parties from that.
Again, I really just do feel whenever you can get someone else to post on your page, it gives real credibility. So I love that in any way, shape or form, whether, as I said, it's getting your clients when their order arrives to take a photo and kind of put something about how excited they are, or whether you get a guest speaker onto your page or you lend stuff out or give samples. I always ask for some written feedback and say, here's your free samples, or here's the gold bag. The only thing I ask is that you write a couple of lines that I can pop on my pages, because it just gives so much credibility when it's not just you. Anything else? Well, I know Ali today, I hope you don't mind, Ali, but Ali also said to go to, and I have to say, I'm not great at this, so it's going to take me some stuffing around as well. Don't come to me about how to do it. But, you know, go to my office in your CRM. You've got a list, as I said, at the beginning of my business, I was like on fire and I really was just so vague. So you can go back in there and find out all your customers and what they bought from way back when, and chase those up if you've been in the business for a while. But look, we will wrap it up there because we have gone over. I will pop the recording up on the page. It'll be there until Tuesday night, and then we'll take it down. Good luck with your 3 jobs. I will post them on the page as well, just in case you forget what your little homeworks were. But remember as well, all the other homework that we've got, just make sure you're chipping away and doing some of it, or, you know, bits of it, and taking the action. So thanks so much for taking time. Sorry, went a little bit over, guys. Have a
Thank
really
you so
good...
much, Britt.
You're welcome.
Thanks for giving up time on your Sunday.